that. Obviously, those of you who are looking to join our mastermind at some point might want to hold off on that just because that's going to be included in the mastermind. Although anybody who joins our mastermind, we're obviously going to stop billing you for that. So I'll share the link with that here in the in the comment box here in a little bit, and we'll kind of get the ball rolling with that as well. Talk a little bit about that at the end here, but okay, hold on one second. Let me just go ahead and do this, and I'm going to say I'm just going to put the link in the box here. All right, perfect. Okay, sweet. So awesome. Let's see. Yeah, so the actual live mastermind, Tim, that live mastermind we're holding off on doing until we actually launch the monthly mastermind, and then everybody who's in the monthly is going to be able to get their invite to the live. They're going to be able to get that at a huge discount, so I'm trying to do one before the other. But I will keep you guys updated on all of that. I'm trying to outline all the details for the monthly mastermind. I want to make sure that all of our, so to speak, ducks are in a row before we jump on that. So Carrie asked a good question. So is the wealhery Weekly different from wealhery Academy? Yes and no. wealhery Weekly calls, obviously, are done every single Monday at 6 p.m. If you miss one of our calls, nobody gets access to the replay. So if you ever want to rewatch any of the training that we're actually going to cover, we never actually send out replays. All of the replays are placed in our wealhery Academy. So that's number one thing that you get out of the Academy is all of this training for life, basically. And then two, one of the things that you also get is any and all of my updated training that I do on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis also, which is something that I don't think a lot of people know that I do, but we will be installing some new training on that, some stuff on Facebook ads, any of my my general big concepts, any stuff like that I do will be going into the wealhery Academy, which is going to be fun. So I'm actually just right here. I'm on I'm going to be loading up the pad here. I just wanted to make sure that I got everything that I needed. Okay, cool. So we're going to go over a couple of things here on the iPad. Today we're going to be talking about Facebook marketing and just marketing in general. Just do me a huge favor and put a heck yeah in the chat box if you're cool with that, you're looking forward to this, and that sounds like something that you would like to obviously hear more about, learn more about. I'm seeing all the comments come in, so that's great. Cool. And you guys are seeing my screen, obviously. So far you're seeing the PowerPoint slide that I pulled up at random. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about something that I actually made up for the first time. Oh, hold on. Something that I made up for the first time just a couple of days ago, actually. And I'm calling it my rule of 4. So hold on one second as I try to pull that for you guys. So here we go. Let's do, what is it called? Yep. Okay. So now here. And you guys will be seeing, there we go. So you guys just do me a favor and put a yes in the chat box if you can see my screen now. I know it's not as big as I'd like it to be, but that's okay. All right, so great. Let's talk about this for a second because this is something that a lot of people have been asking me, and I've been kind of discussing things about this idea for a long time, and I just kind of put it on quote-unquote paper the other day. And the concept is the rule of 4, and that is when it comes to Facebook marketing, you should be able to answer a majority of these 4 questions, and you'll notice there's 4 highlighted blue sections, right? So that's the 4 tiers. And then inside of that, there's 4 questions on each one. And I posted something about this the other day, and I want to kind of go over it a little bit for those of you guys who didn't see it. The number one question I think that everybody, when you're going into your marketing business, the number one thing that I think a lot of you guys are either oversimplifying or forgetting to do is to think about who your ideal client or customer is. And don't think of it as a group, think of it as an individual. If you had to find an individual who would be your ideal client or customer. So it just lets you guys know we're going to talk about these rule of 4, and then I'm actually going to go into a full-on diagram that I'm going to use to explain something else when it comes to remarketing and retargeting and stuff like that. So this should be a pretty good one. Okay, so number 1, the rule in the step of the rule of 4, right? So what we want to be able to do is I want you guys also. Let me just do this real fast. Let me draw something else here, if it'll let me. I don't think it'll let me anymore. Yeah, it's like stuck. Doesn't let me do it anymore. Okay. Let me see. If I go to draw, will it? No. 1 second. Let me just do this. All right. So when you guys are targeting on Facebook currently, one of the things that I think a lot of you guys are doing is, well, and you guys can let me know. There's a couple of different ways I'm seeing a lot of you guys start on Facebook, or you end up not going all the way through with this, but I'm seeing this, right? So let's go circle, and you think, wow, that is huge. Hold on. Okay. Let's do this. Here we go. So you think this way, right? So do me a huge favor and just put a me in the chat box if this is kind of how you go about it, right? You see a circle of people and you're like, oh, okay, everybody in this yellow circle is somebody that I want to show my ad to because they're interested in dogs, they're interested in cats, you know, they're interested in all this stuff, right? So just go ahead and say me in the chat box. That's kind of where the marketing space are, and I see hundreds of you guys are now commenting, which is great. But I want you to look at audiences like circles, okay? So the next layer of this would be this circle and this circle. And now what you would try to do is you would try to target this yellow spot. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can do this, right? So you could do a circle like this and a circle like that. And obviously you have a bigger opening here. So the way that you would get to, you know, 1 versus 2 is if this interest on over here is very, very different than this interest, right? So again, this is helping you identify your avatar, and I want you guys to remember that phrase. But on the left-hand side, you've got, hold on, there we go. On the left-hand side, you have 2 circles that are very different, and there in the middle is a very good audience that you know. For instance, let's do somebody who likes the show, you know, let's say somebody who likes a specific kind of Desperate Housewives show, right? So that's the black star. The blue star is anybody who uses a cell phone. Do you see what I'm saying there? Just give me a 1 if you're like, oh, okay, cool. If you understand what I'm saying. So the yellow is obviously way more targeted, but in this case, we would have somebody that we would be able to market a specific kind of cell phone case to, or some sort of a cell phone device. But the more we get these circles going, the better off. Now, in section 2, in this one right here, you guys see 1 circle, another circle, and the yellow connection area is very big, and that's because the interests are very similar. And a lot of people do this one, right? A lot of people target using that method. I'm going to say no to that. Okay, and the problem with this is you might be going and doing this, right? You're going to say, okay, I have a pet product, right? So I'm going to do, you know, like for my interests, I might target people who love dogs and people who, you know, like Petco, right? So those of you guys who are in the pet niche, I would almost bet that most of you guys are doing something like this. And I can't help but think that this is a very poor way of going about figuring out your audience, because for the most part, this person and this person are the same people. So you're not really doing anything in your targeting when you're doing this, right? So this is interest level targeting. I don't mind it, but I want to show you guys what kind of how I do it, and then we're going to get back to these notes, and that's going to help you describe exactly how you can do it, right? So here you have an interest. Hold on. There you have an interest. Let's go. Actually, I do have to make these bigger. Hold on. So you have an interest there. You have an interest there. Something there. Something there, right? Okay, so we've got 4 circles here. And as you can see, the yellow area now is this. Now, that's obviously pretty targeted. So what we can do here is now I can say, oh, hold on one second. I could be like, okay, interest number 1 is I'm going to choose a demographic. Okay, so a demographic might be, you know, a fit. Hold on, fit mom. Sometimes the pen's not working here. Could be a fit mom. Could be, and actually I have this here, which I'm going to show you guys, which is pretty cool. Let me see if I can move that. I can, which is great. This little graphic right here is something that we created, and I just posted it in my groups. This shows you all the different demographics that are possible to target on Facebook. Okay, so this is literal demographic information. We might end up going. Let me just move this over a little bit more so you guys can see it. So maybe demographic is location, right? We know. Again, our main number 1 goal is to remove as many variables as we can from the equation. And what I mean by that is, if you're trying to guess who's going to buy your product or who's going to opt into your list or who's going to, you know, join your product, what you need is you need to know that you're targeting exactly the right people by eliminating the amount of variables in the equation. And that's what these circles actually do. So we're going to keep talking about this, but and now we can go in here and we can say, let's go to, you know, politics, for instance. There's a lot that you can do if you look at likely to engage in politics conservative, right? So we're going to say politics. So that's a pretty big deal for us, okay? So let's say this first circle right here is one of those things, okay? Now this next circle here is a, of course, I've got another one. Interest, right? So a lot of you guys target interests and you just target people or you target brands or these kind of things. And so here it actually lets you target some other really cool stuff, right? So we can actually target specific kind of sports, and that's the kind of stuff that I want you guys to focus on. So we're going to say interests. Rather than focusing on brands, and you can, we're going to focus more on, you know, the type of activities that people are doing and actively doing. So you've got a lot of fitness and wellness in here, right? So now under interests, I might do meditation, and I'll pull this back up here in a second. Meditation, maybe they're also into tourism, right? Who knows? They like to travel. Maybe they're into boats. Let's see, we've got pets, what kind of pet they're interested in, although everybody's kind of targeting them right now, so I wouldn't go too big on that. You've also got their work, and I like work. I like what they do for a living. That's a very good one, so let me go ahead and just move this one over here, this, and now you guys can see. And so now here, let's go right here. I might do their work, right? Or job title. or I could do what industry they're in. Maybe they're in maybe they're in nursing, right? So these are obviously some different options that you can choose as you're going through. Shopping and fashion. What are they interested in? Are they interested in men's clothing, women's clothing, sunglasses, online shopping, shopping malls, that kind of stuff? So let me just see some here. Some questions. What's the minimum size audience you should be targeting? Okay, so let me just do this. Let me take some questions here. Min audience we should target. Is there somewhere we can download a larger version of the picture? Let's see. Is this the chat he was referring to? Yes, Pam. This is the chat I am referring to. Can we have the interest shot? The Wealth3 members, can we access these demographics? Diving deeper in interest groups. Yeah. So everybody who's a member of my academy is going to get to download these. So I mean, guys, I do this kind of stuff all the time for my academy members. So just to let you know that. Let's see, Jonas, please tell me if you have more advanced courses. Yeah, I do have definitely more advanced courses, but I'll be adding those into Academy, obviously. So let's see. Okay, cool. So we've obviously got a lot of information that we can target here, what kind of technologies they're using, food and drinks, cuisine, beverages, food, restaurants, all this kind of stuff. I mean, you've even got fast casual restaurants, coffee houses, diners. And so the reason that we would do this, and you know, obviously looking at all those different layers, let's bring this back over here. This guy asked, you know, what's the minimum audience that we should target? My answer is there is no minimum. And I say that because really, and I mean this, there is no minimum. Where did you get the information list you're using? Robert, we took it from Facebook. So if you go into the Ads Manager, you can see all of this. You just have to pull it all up. We just pulled it all up and then made it into something. So it's made it into something that was easy. So now we've got, let's say, right, let's take a look and let's go with this. And this is crazy that this is how easy marketing can really come down to. And I didn't even choose a fourth, right? Carrie, Academy isn't part of Chatmatic. Chatmatic has its own, obviously, its own training dashboard, its own system. Academy is more overall, like it's overarching. It's something that covers everything, not just the stuff that would be related to Chatmatic. All right, but watch this, guys. This is pretty cool. So we're going to do nursing, right? Somebody who obviously is a nurse. I hate when it does this. I don't know why it's doing it right now. Somebody who's a nurse, okay? So we've got that interest. That's going to be here, okay? Now, we're going to go to, we also want a fit mom located in, I don't know, Alabama, right? So now we've got another location there. Now this is going to add another circle to it, obviously, but we're going to get into a really finite audience. That's going to be this circle right here, okay? Now we go lime green, and she's also interested in meditation, right? That's the specific kind of thing that she's in. Now, just off of that, I bet a lot of you are thinking, oh, there's probably a ton of different things that I can do, right? Let's see, somebody said, in Facebook ads setting, optimization and delivery, the bid amount should set automatic or manual bid. Always do manual bid unless you think you know something that they don't. Location seems less necessary than the others for results. Yes and no. I mean, the more specific that you get, the better your results are going to be, absolutely 100% of the time. So, and that's with the product level as well. If you know the location, let's say the location is, you know, Florida. Now your product can reference Florida in it, and there's a higher likelihood that you're going to get a sale because now you know for a fact that person's in Florida. So location is still very much a very big part of what we're doing. And again, you always want to be able to eliminate variables, but one of my favorite things to do is to reverse engineer, reverse engineer what you're actually trying to do. So a lot of you go out and you fill your product with stores and you're not quite sure if they're going to sell or not yet because you haven't looked into the demographic. You just thought in your head, hey, I think that would sell. Instead, what I do is I say, hey, what can I sell to somebody who's in nursing, who's in Florida, who's a fit mom, who likes meditation? What can I sell to that person? And then I can find out where to find this right here. I can add additional stuff to that circle to make the circle even more finite by literally asking myself, okay, what am I selling now? Like, what am I actually selling? Now that I know that I've got a fit mom from this location with this meditation, nursing, what more do I want to add to the equation here? So that's what I really would do. So I wanted to show you guys that a little, but now in an effort to help you guys actually identify, let me see, I think it's this one. Nope. 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 It's in here. No, it's got to be this one. Hold on. All right, not that one. Nope. I swear I'll find it, guys. I will. Oh, and I lost my screen there. Hold on. I will pull it back up. All right. Hold on. Bingo. All right. All right. You said always go man. You know something that they didn't. No, I didn't say manual. I said automatic. Unless you think you know something that they don't. Automatic bidding is what I meant. Let's see. Doesn't that increase the CPC dramatically due to filtering different interests? No, and so guys, stop caring about cost per click, and I want to talk about that today, but I don't care about cost per click. I don't look at cost per click. It doesn't matter, and we're going to talk about exactly why. But here's the way that you can actually dive into and figure out your audience using the method that I was just showing. Like, how can I get these overlapping interests, right? Well, the rule of 4. So you want to ask yourself these 4 questions every single time. Who's your ideal client or customer? What defines them? How do we define them? And that's something that you should remember that's there. And then what makes up their life? I don't know how that happened. Okay, what makes up their life? So let's take a look. Who is your ideal client? Where do they live? Right? Where do they live? Let's say, I don't think I can. Oh, maybe I can. Hold on. Where do they live? They live in the U.S. Right? Okay, cool. That's number 1. So now we've eliminated a variable because we know where we're at. What language do they speak? Okay, they usually speak English for most of you guys, the products that you're selling. Are they on desktop or mobile? We can say both, but on this one I'm going to say most of the time they're on mobile. Now what I would do typically is I would start with this and then I would go back and I would be like, I'd say, okay, I've tested mobile, it works, let's try desktop now. So it's something to go back to. But for now, again, I'm guessing as to what my audience is. Are they a man or a woman? Let's say it's a woman. Okay. Now we've answered tier 1, right? So we're through tier 1, which is great. What defines them? So where do they work? And again, this is an avatar. This question doesn't have to be answered exactly every single time. It's going to be kind of based off of what you think your best guess is for a majority of the time. So where do they work? Maybe they work at a nail salon. Maybe they work at an office. Wherever it is that you think that they work, that's going to be the answer to your question. And you can find all of these demographics, again, inside of this right here, right? So we know where they work because it says right here, higher education, management, advertising, and then here at work, we've got computer and mathematics, protective services, personal care, nurses, military, management, all of that. So we can figure out where they work. Where do they leisure? Now, this can be twofold, right? When I say where do they leisure, okay, I mean where do they leisure both mentally and physically? That's something that you should pay attention to. Where are they getting their entertainment value from? Are they traveling? Where are they going, right? So I'm going to say just here, mental is TV, physical is a spa, right? So again, I can target them based on things that they're interested in. I can also go demographic, places they've been, things they've seen, people they've talked to, that kind of stuff. Like pretty much all of it's available. Okay. So now, how do they consume content? This is a big one. The content one is a very big one for you guys. Where are they reading? Where are they soaking in content? Hold on, there we go. So yeah, where are they reading? Where are they soaking in content? I'm gonna say she reads. What's a good one as far as a magazine? Oxygen magazine, right? She reads Oxygen magazine. All right, cool. So now I know I can target that. Now, who do they follow? That's just anybody. I'm gonna say influencer, right? So I don't really care about this answer right now. You guys can go more into this later, but most of you guys are targeting based off of influencers right now, and you're not even considering all the rest of this stuff, which I find amazing. But how do we define them? Okay, so now we're in the next section here. How do we define them? How do they shop? They shop online, right? They're online shoppers. Again, we can target that. What do they buy? Let's go into the demographics here. Hold on. The demographic list will show us what they actually spend their money on. Okay? Now let's go to, oh no, I'm sorry, the behavior. It's a behavior, and it's actually called spending behavior. We can find out what they spend their money online, and we're getting that one made here soon. What do they buy? Are they a tech junkie? Do they buy fitness equipment? Maybe both, right? Where do they spend their money? What stores? Right? Now you could take an easy way out and say Target, Amazon, but whatever. Just for the sake of moving on, we're going to keep going there. How much money do they make, right? Does your ideal client, if you're selling something for $0, let's say it's a free plus shipping, right? Do iPads count as mobile devices like a smartphone? Yes. iPhones, you can actually segment, are they on an iPad at this time, or do they use an iPad? Pretty awesome. Where do we get this list from? Lisa, this list is going to be in our notes that always go in the Academy. Purchase behavior is not available to me. It's only on U.S. accounts signed up and signed in U.S. I've never heard of that, but that's not awesome. Okay, so how much money do they make, right? So let's say this person's going to make $65,000 a year. And so now we go to what makes up their life. How old are they? I might even say they're somewhere between the age of 25 and 45, right? Because they're making $65,000 a year. That's just a guess. What life events are occurring? Recently engaged, or purchased a house, right? Or anniversary. Okay. Now, what is their living situation? Okay, they just bought a house, so house that they own, right? And then pet owner, and this is kind of like the bonus round down here. This is the stuff that I like to do because this is actually like where you really get into it. You can target a lot of these different things, right? Are they a pet owner? What's their political status? Are they a tech junkie? Do they like leisure, travel? Are they a baby boomer? What's their ethnicity? Things like that. And then again, we can spice our ad up to these people, right? So if they're a pet owner, right? And let's say they're a pet owner and they have a political status of being a Republican, right? So we're just going to say pet owner and Republican. Okay, so now we go over all of this data. What can we do? What can we sell to a 25 to 45-year-old woman who does most of her activity on mobile, who's in the U.S., speaks English? She works at an office. She watches X TV show. She, reads Oxygen magazine. She shops at Target. She likes fitness. Shops online. She owns a house, and she is a pet owner, Republican, who was recently engaged, right? We know so much about these people that we can target whatever we want with them. Let's see. So at this point, what I would do, you could do print-on-demand stuff, obviously, which takes advantage of the pet owner, the Republican. Those two things are going to be a big sort of foundational thing that makes up the person who they are. But we know almost everything about them. And now that we have this audience dialed in, right? So I have this rule of 4. Now that we have the audience dialed in, we can sell pretty much whatever we want at this point. We just have to figure out what this person wants to buy. That's the other thing. We've outlined this audience, but now we need to figure out what they want to buy. So Austin said, do you use all of this in all of your targeting? I rarely use all of it. The reason that I'm explaining all of this to you guys is because a majority of the people that I discuss this stuff with, they always come to me and they say, Travis, I'm having a tough time. I look at what they're doing, and they're selling stuff that nobody wants to buy. And so I'd like to reverse your thinking on this, and instead I'd like for you to go in this depth. Now, the reverse angle of that is if you already know what's selling, right? If you already know what people are buying, and you can do this by you can look at this through multiple different formats. But if you already know that, most 18 to 23-year-olds are buying this selfie thing, so then you only market to 18 to 23-year-olds, and you can kind of go off of that. But you definitely need to understand that these things work, and this rule of 4 is a great way to make sure. And here's the number one rule with this is you need to try to get a 50% score on each tier. So if you can answer one tier and another tier, but you can't answer any of the rest, then you're usually still okay. Let's see, so somebody says, so then you take those interests and add them into 4 separate tiers when creating the Facebook ad. Am I understanding that correctly? So Eden, they all add up together. That's the key here, is they all make up one thing. It's not like a multiple ad or whatever. It's one ad. It's all one person that we can now target all the way down the line and do a whole bunch of different stuff with. So when you see somebody making a ton of money online, especially with general e-commerce sales or any of that, it's typically because they're taking advantage of something that somebody's really passionate about and layering demographic and psychographic information. So they're going after what their interests are, number one, but number two, going after what makes them who they are. So again, net income, what's their ethnicity? Are they friends of friends? Like friends of newly engaged people. That's pretty cool. You could end up advertising to them saying, hey, your friends, if your friends just got engaged, somebody who got engaged recently, grab them this. So there's just a ton that you can do with all of this, which is obviously really exciting. It provides a pretty big opportunity here. So now what I actually want to do is I want to go here to this live notes, and I want to talk to you guys about sort of a little bit more. I hate when it does that. I want to go a little bit deeper here into the thoughts on exactly how to set up a proper funnel. Let's see here. Actually, I had some questions. How often do you change the info with the ads? I'm not sure what you mean. All right, cool. Just wasn't sure if you narrow the ad in 4 layers. Yeah, so I do narrow the ad because in the beginning, here's the question, guys. If you have a product that can sell to one person, one type of person, but because you just outlined that type of person, I don't care if it's only 5,000 people, that is definitely going to be the key, okay? It doesn't matter if it's 5,000 people, the fact that they all 5,000 want this product because we just outlined that, or they all 5,000, the product will resonate with every single one of them. When you do only interest targeting, you end up missing a lot of people. So let me just do this real fast, move this over here, and okay, so now I want to kind of go over something that I think a lot of people, especially in here, are missing. And Charlene, I do replays, but you'd have to go to wealthery.com/academy trial, and you can grab our trial of the academy. We actually just launched it today, so pretty exciting stuff. But we don't send them out. We have them in our academy, which is a pretty cool platform for additional training as well. Okay, so now I want to talk to you guys about this. I'm actually currently running a funnel very similar to this, so I wanted to kind of outline it for you guys so that you could see, and then you'd be able to use this sort of in your own. One of the things that I think is absolutely amazing is most big marketers report that 30 to 50% of their sales come from email marketing, and yet most of the people here are not doing email marketing. And Dr. Walker, I appreciate it. So email marketing is going to be a pretty important piece. So I just kind of wanted to go over what, how I'm doing it in one way, and just to kind of give you the overwhelming view of what you see, like what you should be doing, right? You don't have to do all of these steps, but this is what you should be doing. Somebody said, how would you scale? Would you target broadly and remove some of the layers? So I would scale by starting to remove a certain layer over time that I think is unnecessary to the equation, and now my my pixel is nice and warmed up, so at that point I'm good to go. Okay, so awesome. So let's talk about email a little bit, and we'll discuss how I use it with Chatmatic, obviously, but mostly we're just going to cover some basics of the actual funnel that I use. Now, obviously, my funnel, I'm not selling a physical product, so it's a little bit different. We can sort of get into some of the details about selling a physical product, but for the most part, I do want to pay attention to the silent minority of those of you guys who are on this call who are looking for more digital product assistance and trying to grow your digital business. I know there's a lot of you out there. So let's talk about this. Okay, so now let's assume that you've gotten past your targeting struggles. Okay, and again, we have our first ad that's going to a great audience, and maybe it's a video. I don't know what kind of ad you're going to do. I typically suggest video, but we'll discuss this here in a second. And let's say you're sending them over to your squeeze page where they can opt in, right? And if they choose to opt in, they will, and you send them over to your thank you page. Okay. Now, this is where I think a lot of people end up losing what the real value is here. Okay. So to get somebody to your thank you page, it's going to cost you on Facebook typically anywhere from $1 to $6 a lead. And that's just kind of a raw number. You can get obviously better than that, but that's sort of the basics, right? So $1 to $6 a lead. Now, when they've come through this, you now have their email address. This up here allows you to, I'm just going to draw it like that, retarget. Let me just delete this real fast, or erase this, I guess. And this right here also allows you to retarget. Now, these are going to be different groups, right? So this is group number 1 of retargeting. I hate that it does that. When I touch my arm on the iPad while I'm coloring, it drags it over. All right, this is group number 2. Okay, so those top arrows up at the top, they represent that you can retarget to that audience now, which means now you've identified where they've been, you know more about them. Okay, so Eduardo, I can't read that long of a question here. Let's see. And do the email marketing, but we have struggled to get followers. We only have 45 likes in 3 months, so we cannot even use because there's nobody who comments. Any advice? Eduardo, I wouldn't be trying to get likes. I would be promoting my product. Promote your product. Let the product do the talking. Don't spend money trying to get likes. Spend money trying to get activity. Now, I say that in your particular model, not knowing anything about your products or anything, but my guess is that you'd rather promote your products. You need to create ads using the methods that I've taught in multiple of these different wealthery videos. Okay, so now you've got their email address, and at which point you're going to start them on, hopefully, on an autoresponder series. Okay? Now, this autoresponder series can be as long as you want it to be, and I suggest that you make it pretty long just because that's the way that I would do it, right? And so, all right, these things are going to send them to other products. Typically, these emails are going to be sending them to other products. It might be sending them to the same product, but on this thank you page, I think what a lot of people are forgetting that you can do is throughout this entire funnel, there's like 8 million different layers of things that can actually happen. So let's talk about this, right? If you put a link to purchase something on your thank you page that's congruent to your ad, you obviously can make money on this, right? So let's talk about exactly what that would be. So let's say over here, we have a video ad that's sending people to my squeeze page, and they opt in for, and I'll kind of explain how I'm doing it, right? They opt in for, hold on, in a Facebook engagement campaign, is it advisable to also go for the sale or just go for likes, shares, and comments? John, I always go for the sale. And actually, I just watched a video today from the guys who market, who do the Facebook marketing, and I'm going to show you guys a really cool graph. Hold on one second. Without likes or followers, how can you get the ball rolling on advertising cheaply? Target the perfect audience. So actually, let me just show you guys this really cool little graph, and this is going to be a crude drawing of this, but this is what Facebook says is happening in their system right now. Okay, so that first box represents 50% of people on their platform are just not actively clicking. Okay, that's just how it goes. That's a fact. There's nothing we can do for this, right? Then there's some other number that are let's call them a +1 as far as how active they are, right? This is +2, and then this little area down here. Let's go ahead and color it in. This little area right here represents 5% high active ad clicker, right? And so literally what the guy who runs one of the sales departments for Facebook said was, yeah, and somebody just referenced it. What the guy said is, if you're competing to get clicks, you're competing for this. Oh, hold on. You're competing for. Whoa, oh man, what's going on here? For this group right here. Now, he said if only 5% of all of Facebook's demographic is in that, you're competing on such a highly, highly competitive level that there's just no chance for you to qualify. And those people are not the same people who are going to buy your product. And he openly admitted that. So what you always want to do is you always want to be able to go for the sale. Now, exactly how that would be represented is, let's say, here. Well, and this is kind of the way that I do it, right? This isn't the only way to do it, but this is the kind of the way that I do it is you have an ad, they then go from the ad to the squeeze page. Once they're on the squeeze page, they go to a thank you page. Once they're on the thank you page, you'll have an option to purchase something, right? The order form, which is right here. Now this obviously gives us another layer of retargeting. And then if they order, they're now a customer. And now we can also retarget to them again, right? Not complicated. I'm sure all of you guys understand exactly what we've done so far. It's just identifying people as they go through, making sure that you're actually identifying them correctly. And I'm just going to put a plus sign here, okay? So as we actually go through, let's see, squeeze page means landing page. Yeah, squeeze page, landing page, all of that. So as we actually go through, yes, Mike, all of this segmentation is automatic if you have the pixel in place to a sense, right? There is additional information you'd have to put into the pixel, but they walk you through that when you copy the pixel. In that graph, are the clickers link clickers specifically, or are they comment and shares too? They're link clickers specifically. Product sales funnel without having a store. Yeah, Debbie, this is more so digital product, not so much physical product. You could do something similar with physical, but I wanted to kind of touch on some digital stuff here first because I know a lot of people are looking to be able to wrap their head around how some of this goes as well. So send them to a squeeze page. They get a yellow stamp on their shirt. Thank you page, blue. Order form pink. Sale, they've already now generated the sale. They're green, right? Now, all of this is really cool, right? So if you look at the natural attrition of what's actually going to happen, and let me just get rid of this graphic here. If you look at the fact that obviously you cannot control the fact that people are going to leave your page and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh man, I hate that this thing, for some reason, even when I'm in drawing mode, it takes away my ability to scroll now. Oh, hold on. And now it just literally got rid of everything. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's talk about the natural attrition, right? So you might show your ad to 1,000 people, of which maybe, I don't know, let's call it 100 for easy numbers, end up on your squeeze page, of which 50 end up on your thank you page, of which maybe 10 end up on your order page, and you get 1 sale, right? So obviously, it's going to be pretty tough to make this work. Like, that's just the way that it goes. It's going to be tough in a lot of senses to make this work because there's going to be a natural attrition. Now, the closer you get this order page to the beginning, the better off you're going to be. So again, if you moved it up, let's say you get 1,000 people, you have 100 people who visit your squeeze page, you get 50 people, oh, no, can't have 500. You get 50 people to actually see your thank you page, which might have an order form on it, for instance, and now maybe you get 2 people, right? So you could, in essence. Now, I don't necessarily think that that's the best way to go about it. The way that I'm doing it currently is sort of more similar to the number that I showed you in the beginning. And so it kind of works like this, right? There's multiple different funnels that I've used with success, and I can kind of outline them a little bit. Every single step down the line that these people go, it's better for you, it's better for Facebook, it's better for everybody, because now you're going to be able to start identifying who people are. You're going to tell Facebook at first, find people who are like the yellow audience, then find people who are like the blue audience. Here's what I do, kind of my rule of thumb and the way that certain things work, right? Now, let me just do this real fast. You might have another offer that you're sending these people to, and it can very well be the same offer that you sent people to in the beginning. Maybe they get a different one. Maybe it's it's changed up over time, different headlines, different approach to be able to make it happen. In which case, that also leads to the blue checkbox, which is what we're ultimately going for. Okay. I know for me that visualizing this whole funnel makes it way easier for me because I don't forget to do anything. Right? That's just the way that it goes. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another ad, right? Maybe it's a different video, maybe it's the same video that is exclusively for yellow people, right? And I don't mean that in the sense that it sounded, but for the people who've been to my squeeze page but did not make it to the blue page, right? So I might send them back. Now that's a totally different ad, can be the same ad, it doesn't matter to me, it's just a different audience, it's a different incoming target because now they've already seen our fan page, they've already interacted with us. Somebody said, how would you target them specifically? Well, you can actually go into Facebook audiences, right? Let's do that right now, okay? In our audiences, we'll go to, let me just choose an ads manager with an audience, right? I go to audience. Okay, so anybody who does anything can be made into an audience. So I go to create audience, custom audience. Okay, we have a customer file. You can do website traffic, which that's obviously how you would identify who's yellow, right? Or you can do engagement on Facebook, all this sort of stuff. So let's just talk about website traffic first. Anybody who visits your website, right? That's the answer to this. Anybody who visits your website. You can do people who visited a specific web page, people who visited specific web pages but not others, and people who haven't visited in a certain amount of time. Now, I can also do a different kind of thing altogether and do a custom combination where, let's say I did custom combination and I said traffic that meets the following conditions. They were on a URL that contains or equals, you set that up, whatever it is here, right? Or I can also do an event. Right? The event would be a lead. Now, think about this. What I just set up in this pixel is this is going to include anybody who's fired my lead pixel within the last 90 days. Do me a favor and put a 1 in the checkbox if you understand that, right? Eduardo, this is obviously a paid ad. We're in the ads manager. How much time do you give a specific targeted audience for an ad? Wendy, meaning how much time do I know before it's a good ad or not? Okay, so well, that's usually depends on how much you spend and depends on how big the audience is. If you've reached 10 to 15% of your audience and you're not getting any response, I would cut it. So now right here I've got a lead. Anybody who was a lead. Now I could also do this, right? I could also say in the last 7 days. Hold on. All right. Sometimes you gotta let dogs out and whatnot. All right, so I could also do this. I could do, oh, and my dog's not a killer. He is a pug. So I could do this, right? 7 days. Now watch this. This is pretty cool. I would say lead 7 days. Okay. Now what that tells me is this is a lead that is opted in within the last 7 days. So I could add an exclusion if I want, but I can also go and just save this audience. So now this is anybody who's opted into any of my lead funnels in the last 7 days. I could add a new condition and say that the URL has to contain some specific URL, right? So very, very easy. What is a CPA number to determine if the ad should be stopped or continue? So Eduardo, that again, that's everybody's going to have their own system. It's totally up to you guys. If the ad is making you money after 3 or 4 days and you feel like you've spent enough to really figure out whether or not it's going to for that audience, then it's all dependent. What's the best strategy you use for a video ad you use on Facebook? Clicks, video views, leads by which one? Every ad I ever do, guys, it's normally towards a website conversion as long as I have a pixel activity already existing. It's always going to be towards sales. So for this one, I'm going to do this, right? This is a pretty cool way that we can actually target specific people. So I'm going to go 7 days on this, right? And now what I can actually do is go back, custom audience, website traffic, anybody, I'm going to go custom combination, event, lead, and now I'm going to say last 180 days. Now, I go lead, 180 days. Now, why would I do this, right? Why would I do this if I just did one for 7 days? Why wouldn't I do both? Here's what's really cool. If I have a specific ad that I want to show to people who have not been on my list for the last people. Here's how I guess you can run it, right? If somebody opts into my funnel, I might put them through a 7-day autoresponder series, and I don't want them to see my next ads, right? I can exclude them now that I have an audience of people who've opted in for 7 days. I can exclude them from other ads and only show my ads to people who were leads prior to that, right? So you can do this with a lot of different stuff. Now, with our custom audiences, we can also do engagement on Facebook, and you can do all sorts of things. Did they engage in a video? Did they engage with a lead ad form? Did they engage with a canvas? Did they engage with your page? Right now, I already have page engagement, but let's go ahead and set one up. What I love about this is this lets you see anybody who's engaged with your page at all in the last however many days, right? 365 days. This is anybody who visited your page, they engaged with a post or an ad, clicked on a call to action, sent a message, or saved any of your posts, right? So you can make that an audience. So if they saw your ad and they did anything, and here's what the beautiful thing is, right? We're going to go back to this. Hold on. We're going to go back to my reflector here. Hold on a second. Let me pick this bad boy up. All right. Okay. So anybody who actually watches, this is why I like video, because they're allowing you to do this now. Anybody who watches this video ad, I could actually retarget to them, and now I know that they're a little bit more specific, right? Are you making a different ad when picking those different custom audiences? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Like, again, no idea. Can you put in the URL contains dog plus collar and still get the target will work? can you put the URL contains dogs plus collars? So you can do two different kinds. You could say the URL has to contain dogs and has to contain collars, right? So I could do people who visited your website. I could do people who visited specific website. The URL contains dogs, right? And then I could add another one and collar. See what I'm saying? So you can add as many as you want in there. But let's see. URL has to be off complete from Facebook. Yeah, so it can't be a Facebook URL. So not a string such as dog plus collar. You can use dog plus collar, but I mean, it doesn't, I would just use the entire URL in that case. All right, so now we've got this again. You guys can see. I'm obviously taking the yellow group and sending them back to the squeeze page. Now, one of the things that I do that might be a little bit different from most is I try to at least take this blue audience. Now, remember, this blue audience already opted into my list, right? The blue audience is the thank you page. They've already opted in. I don't want to send them back to the sales page, the squeeze page anymore. Now I want to be able to actually like get the relationship growing, because I want them to either buy something or do something that I want them to do. Obviously, if it's webinars, I want them to attend a webinar, right? So I might do an ad that talks about attending the webinar, and then I can lead them to some other sales page. I'm going to put this sales page. Now I have a deeper relationship with them, and I want you guys to think about how this went, right? I targeted them in my audience. I then showed them an ad. They saw my name. They saw my face. The relationship started right away. Then they clicked on my ad. They went to my squeeze page. Then they read the information. They liked it enough to figure, I'll go ahead and try it and sign up. They go to my thank you page, right? At this point, I want to develop a relationship with this person as much as I can, because they're so far down that I know that I'm targeting the right people. At the same point, they're going to be getting those emails that I mentioned before, right? So there's going to be other opportunities for me to make money in that as well. And they might have already purchased directly from my thank you page, because I have that ad set up there as well. So again, now I have another sales page which runs the opportunity to, again, make me more money, which again I can also retarget on all of these pages. But it's when you really take advantage of being this deep that you really start to make money, and there's just so much that you can do. I'm in my ad manager. How are you getting those to those options? I don't seem to have them. So if you're in the US, Jolene, you should have them. If we use Facebook groups as our sales page, this will not work for us. Wendy, no, if you're using a group as a sales page, I would suggest getting some kind of a landing page of some sort, especially doing videos. What do you sell exactly? I'd be interested to know kind of how you're doing it. Now, again, guys, you can use this for e-commerce. Okay, you're selling LuLaRoe, got it. So you can't have a LuLaRoe fan page, that much I know. What I would do is make a personal fan page for yourself, and you can talk about LuLaRoe on there, talk about your makeup. You just can't expand into making them sign up. That much I do know. You can always, guys, and Plexus, same thing. And this is one of the reasons that I really want to start this mastermind, is because even just asking this question. Okay, guys, here's a question. Do me a favor right now. Put me in the chat box if right now you are currently engaged in some sort of multi-level marketing program of some kind. Now, this is 100% why you should do a mastermind. Now, I'm going to read off all the me's, okay? I'm going to read off all the me's in a second. Don't you think that there is a massive benefit to being in a group of people who all most likely sell different stuff, and they're trying to sell it the same way as you? So if one guy has success selling his supplements to his group of people, don't you think you could use the same thing to sell LuLaRoe or to sell makeup, right? So listen to this. We've got Tony, Ange, Austin, Pam, Queenie, Bart, Sandra, Grant, Charlene, Andres, Brath, Queenie, God Save, Cindy, Cecilia, not me, but need to be, Ramesh, Richard, Nancy, Ramesh said yes twice, William, Trevor, Randy, Clark, See, there you go. So we're actually going to be launching our mastermind. And then somebody else said me, but it's not showing your name yet. We're going to be launching our mastermind in the effort to help all of you guys also connect with each other and learn. That's kind of the big part here. So hedge as well. And then hopefully I'll be able to actually help all of you guys do this. So one of the things that I think needs to be done is all of you guys in the MLM world, you need to realize that you have to cultivate relationships. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to break down right now the model that most people use. It is a super failed model, but it is a model that most people use in MLM, especially when it comes to LuLaRoe and when it comes to that unique company, because I have a lot of friends who do that, so I know that one, and all these other MLMs, right? They use their personal page, right? Let's just go back to Reflector. They use their personal page, and everybody says, "Oh, do live video on your page." And then when somebody comments, follow up with them and put them in step 1 of your stream, right? Which is typically sending some kind of sample, right? Just do me a favor and just say yes if you know. That's pretty much exactly what you're being told to do, and that's how that's how you see other people doing it, right? Well, number one, here's the thing. I mean, just out the gate, guys, here's the thing. Chatmatic, if this was a business page, right? If this is a business page, Chatmatic will automatically send that message for you. You don't have to follow up manually with anybody. You can actually have it automatically send the step 1 message. It has links in it. It has all that stuff. And if you guys don't believe me, go to facebook.com/Travis Income and comment on any of my posts, and you'll see exactly how it'll work, right? So very, very simple. If you have a business page, make it personal. Go live on your business page and then share it on your personal page. Bingo. That's the easiest way to get that done. Now, with Chatmatic also, everybody right there who gets sent that message, you're also going to be able to add them to a subscriber list. And now you can send broadcasts to them. Now you can actually mail them to your offer, which might be some sort of a sign-up form, right? So again, you absolutely have to be able to put people in a funnel. And this funnel works dynamite for MLM, guys. Like, let me just, look, I didn't even draw this for MLM, and I'm going to show you exactly how this would work, right? So number one, you guys tell me a little bit about your products that you're promoting, right? Just tell me what they are, the name of them or whatever. The number one thing that all of you guys have to do, every single one of you guys has to do, is you have to develop the relationship. You have to generate a relationship with your audience, okay? Nobody's going to buy from you if you're not generating an audience. Okay, so here's one that I know a little bit about, and I only know a little bit about this because somebody sent me some, and also I know that my wife has talked about it a little bit, and like, this is exactly how I think you go about it. Somebody said essential oils. I'm seeing the big keto thing coming up now. That's a cool one. Mobe is like my least favorite one because they don't actually teach you anything. That is a true pyramid scheme, God save. But in my opinion, it's just my opinion. I joined in a long time ago, and I've always had an audience, and I never liked it. Okay, so let's say essential oils, right? In this video right here, step 1 video, you can do videos of yourself, using the oils. Literally, using the oils. Every single time that you use them, every single time that you put them on your kid, every single time you use a little roller pack and you put it on their feet or you put it on their cheeks or you put it in one of those like diffuser things, do a video of you doing that, right? Maybe actually get a camera, like an iPhone, and record yourself semi-professionally and learn some small video editing, right? I do a ton of video editing, as you guys can see, and it's actually pretty fun. It's a good way to kind of wind down. So you show everybody this video, right? That's you on the oils. Either when they comment or in the link that you post in the comments, you can send them over to a page where they can sign up. The squeeze page where you can get their information. Hey, learn more about how you can grab these essential oils, blah blah blah, or set up a squeeze page that you can tell people, where you can tell people, here's, opt in now, and I'll send you a free sample of the essential oils. Do me a favor, guys. How many of you here like to be healthy? Type of me in the chat box if you would like to be healthy a year from now or 2 years from now, right? Okay, cool. Looks like okay. So everybody wants to be healthy. Great, that's awesome. So if I did a video showing you how this one essential oil helped my baby during her during the time that she was teething and she stopped being so upset, or I used this essential oil and it helped me cure some small grade eczema, or I used this essential oil and it helped with digestion, right? Just do me a favor and just type a yes if you saw something like that over time that resonated with you individually. Type yes if you would take a free sample of this thing, right? And all you have to do is ask the right questions, but you have to develop the relationship first. You have to understand that not everybody wants what you are giving them right now. You have to develop the relationship with them, and that's going to take time. Okay, so that's going to take you literally putting out content on a semi-regular to regular basis. So again, the squeeze page then sends them to a thank you page where they can pick up their free, where they can put in their information for a free sample, whatever. And then also on there, you'll have a little video that says, hey, thanks for taking the time to get your free sample. If you want, right now, I can upgrade you to this. Now, I don't know the back end of all of these MLMs. I do know that most of them don't let you control your own pages, but you can make your own squeeze page. You can make your own squeeze page and build your own email list. If you build an email list of people who are interested in essential oils, you will crush every single other person, because here's the key to MLM that I think is very funny. You make a majority of your money when you're in a certain level in most of these MLMs. You make a majority of your money. And I've looked into a lot of these, by the way, guys. I know the structure of these things. You make a majority of your money when you find somebody who will be a distributor for your product. Yes, just give me a 1 if you understand that. And guys, this is how it is with pretty much everything. Almost any MLM, you don't make money when you constantly have to sell the product, unless you have, which is what Herbalife tried to do, and they tried to do these little pop-up shops, right, where you would actually go and then you could just sell these shakes, and then they would eventually ask you questions, and then you could turn them into a reseller. You make most of your money off a reseller, but they will not resell your product until they have a need for it themselves. Okay? A lot of people are trying to build, somebody said, I'm missing the email concept of the business. I need to figure out the details of that part within the business. Wendy, it's so simple. It's so simple. Hold on. Can a squeeze page be a Facebook page off of your own personal page? Pam, you need to make a Facebook business page. Every single one of you guys right now needs to make a Facebook page for yourself. You have to. I mean, there's no excuse not to. At this day and age, you need a Facebook page for yourself. That's just, in general, do that. Let's see. Part of one that looked at on social media and wanted to focus on face-to-face relationships, as most money was from personal consumption sales. So personal consumption sales is phenomenal, but and that would be a great way to be able to make it work online as well. But with email, it's very simple, guys. What you really need, and I'm just going to outline it right here with this yellow, with this, I'm going to outline it with a different color. I'll do red. What you guys really need to start off is, I just showed you this really cool funnel right here, okay? So what you absolutely need to start off, I'm going to say you need this right here. Oh, hold on. Where's the thing? Okay. You need this right here. Okay? That's what you absolutely have to start. And that's not that much. If you look at the actual ingredients of this, it's one ad, okay? It's a squeeze page. It's a thank you page to send somebody when they opt in, a way of making money, and a second ad, which can also be, that second ad could also be a copy of the first one. And then lastly, an email sequence, 6 different things. Now, you can do that with very few things getting in your way. Something like ClickFunnels, very, very easy to use, right? ClickFunnels, I love ClickFunnels. I always recommend ClickFunnels because I use it every single day. You want it for yourself, not your brand, especially if you're an MLM. Make it for yourself. Do I need a separate Facebook page for each business? No, Ramesh. I mean, yeah. If you're selling e-commerce and then you're also doing an MLM, you might want to separate those. Let's see. Yeah, so Pam, if you've always used groups are great, but use a personal page and share into your group from your business page. I mean, Share it into the group from your business page. Future, how to set up Zipify to integrate with all this because you do your webinar. I can do a webinar to show you how I use Zipify, but not how I integrate it with all of this necessarily. But yeah, I guess we could kind of talk about that. But don't know how to interact them with each other or how to build my business page. This is so informative, but a little overwhelming. So Cecilia, if you have a business page and you have a personal page, your personal page is your family and friends, okay? Your business page is for your business. That's the difference. If you go live on your business page and you think there are people that are family and friends who would want to see it, then share it to your personal page. That's it. Would you recommend creating a new business account with a different email than personal? No, I use my one email account always. How do you suggest? What do you suggest as a fail cost for starting ads? So Shirley, that's a great question. What niche are you in? Mark, yes, ZeroUp works for funnels for e-commerce. Yep. Ange, that's awesome. I am super glad that you said that, Ange, that you like Chatmatic as much as ClickFunnels. That's awesome. Will Chatmatic be able to send triggered comments when a post is shared from a business page to a personal page? No. No. If they comment on your personal page, it won't automatically send them a message. That's a new post, technically. Let's see. Is it best to use one Facebook campaign per Shopify store with many different ad sets beneath it? No, I would always do a different campaign. If it's a different product, different campaign. Let's see. Okay, so Shirley's fail budget question, that's a good question. It really depends on audience size and how fast you want to get results. I mean, if you want to know, so she said dogs for e-com, and I want to be an affiliate for my softwares and for ClickFunnels, so marketing towards MLM. Okay, cool. So actually, let's talk about this. Let's do a fake funnel real fast, and let's talk about how we could be affiliates for ClickFunnels, right? So let's just talk about this real quick. Just type a me in the questions box if you're cool with going through a little bit of how I would imagine we could actually be an affiliate for ClickFunnels using Facebook ads and growing our email list along the way, right? Okay, very cool. So number one thing we've got to do is we've got to create what we're actually going after, right? We're going after people who are probably looking for, I would imagine people who could use ClickFunnels are people who are otherwise using competitors, number one, and you have to really figure out what your market is ahead of time. So hold on, how long does it take Facebook to learn, optimize your ads, leads, conversions? Leon, it doesn't take a long time if your audience isn't that big, but I mean, the more data, the better. I'm not going to give any hard answer on that. It's just that, 100, 500, 1,000, all of those are pretty good milestones that you can kind of attribute on, right? So, all right, let's say we're going to promote ClickFunnels. And I'm sure that Russell would be very happy that I'm doing this, teaching a little army of people how to promote his offer. Okay, so let's see. Perfect. Shirley, you don't need personal results. This is one of the great things about using something like ClickFunnels. I would make a funnel showing people a couple of things. Number one, you can show them how to build like a page, right? You can that's number one. What I would probably do is I would have an ad here. Let's say it's a video ad, and the point of this ad is to showcase how quickly you build pages. Okay, that's number one. You can build pages pretty quickly using the templates, which is awesome. You can just showcase that in a little short, like recording your screen tutorial type of thing. Now, as you go up the ladder, obviously, the more experience you get, the more results you're going to get. You can also kind of use results for other people. There's some interesting things there. You can go into the ClickFunnels group and listen to what other people are doing on all that stuff. But also just make a specific kind of page, right? So if I'm building a page that is a good, like here's an example, right? Let's say you could sell this to local businesses, right? So you would show it to the pizza shop, right? And in order to get him to buy ClickFunnels, there's two different things you can do. He can either buy ClickFunnels or hire you, right? That's the two objectives. But I'm going to show an ad making a pizza place, right? And we know with the demographics, we can target people who own businesses and own, we can even go down to pizza. Does your store count as a funnel, or would you say ClickFunnels is necessary too? So Darren, your store isn't necessarily a funnel. I use Zipify for mine. It's $39 a month, I think, or $47 or something like that. This is what I need to know and how to build a good page. Cecilia, no problem. I'm glad that I can help you guys. So, okay, so number one thing that I would do if I'm all of you guys is I go through, and you guys can see here with my wealthery funnel here, I have a ton of funnels, like literally a ton. And I've actually been sort of deleting some, trying to archive some as much as I can. But you guys can see here I've got just a ton, like so many. I'm even looking at them and seeing. I think this one was actually a really good one. I want to just make sure that this was the original one. Let me look. This might not be the original one. Oh yeah, I think it is. Okay, so this is the thing that I think a lot of you guys forget. I mean, look at this. I sent 614 people to this and did 297 leads. This was all from Facebook. I just stopped doing it because I didn't have the passion for the whole, backside of it. But so what you're looking at here is a funnel that I created, and what I would do, and so you can see this here, is I would just do a video talking about how I was able to use this page to generate X amount of leads, right? And that starts the relationship. Number one, you've got to use ads in the beginning to build the relationship, and that's something that I'm going to write down, and I'll go back to the screen here. People are typically not going to buy from you right away. That's a rule that I've kind of stipulated from the beginning, is they're not going to buy from you right away. You've got to build that relationship because people want that relationship before they purchase. So our ad strategy here is, let's showcase how awesome ClickFunnels is, and let's build a relationship with people. Let's show people that we're worth watching, right? Maybe you don't have a lot of experience, but what do you have? Maybe you have some inside knowledge as to how to build a specific funnel. Maybe you can show them how cool some of these features are. Look, I would log in and I'd be like, well, let me show you guys how I've generated over 3,600 visitors and gotten 2,018 subscribers, and in the last 7 days, I think that went up. 57, and it's even higher than that because on this page I have the button, so ClickFunnels can't see all that information. So you want to gear your message to who you're actually selling it to, who you're selling the product to. So specific tone. So again, if I'm trying to target a local business because I want them to use it, I would do that. If I'm targeting somebody who if I'm targeting somebody who's in affiliate marketing, which they're going to be the easiest ones to grab, I might also target, maybe I would target lead pages, right? Or any other Thrive themes, maybe WordPress. These are people who are likely using this stuff. How would you target affiliate marketers? So you can target names of people, right? I think one of the biggest problems is people always target Russell Brunson. Problem with that is, yes, he's the owner of ClickFunnels, but everybody in his audience already knows about ClickFunnels. Now, the way that you would get those people to sign on under you is by offering them a free funnel. You could create a pretty badass funnel and give it to them. Do not target Russell Brunson. Go after people that maybe don't know about that end of the game, right? You might see some success with Lewis Howes, right? You're not going to see much success with some of the bigger names. You might get some with Frank Kern. Do your research. Figure out who's in the market, right? Look in the audience insights and kind of play around with that. So this is our ad strategy. We're building a relationship. We're getting people in and out of our funnel. They might not buy. The chances are they probably don't, at least not right away. then I obviously send them to a page that I built in ClickFunnels that gives them something, right? I've got to give them something. Opt in here. Do me a favor. Just put absolutely in the comment box right now. If I sent you a video showing you a badass funnel that had 50% opt-in or more, and I said, hey, if you go over here right now, I will give you this funnel for free. But absolutely, if you would opt into my list, right? So of course you would. You know what I mean? Now I've targeted the right person because you guys are interested in growing your business, and I'm showing you a template that you can use that you don't even have to make. The offer is so congruent, it doesn't even make any sense. So it doesn't make any sense for you not to, right? So squeeze page, now we're getting opt-ins, and now I would take you to a thank you page, right? So now we're on a thank you page. Now this thank you page has a way for me to make money on it, right? Pretty simple. And guys, I'm gonna actually give, let's see if I can give away a funnel today. I've got a couple that I think are decent, but they're not going to be the same kind of funnels you would get otherwise. Let's see. They're not going to be like, you know, specific to a niche. They're going to be mostly, oh, hold on. This is actually a pretty good one. Let me see. I might have given the paleo one away, but bingo. So this is grab our 10 easiest, tastiest, and healthiest paleo recipes as voted by our fans. You will have to add some terms and policy stuff here at the bottom, but and then let's just see on the thank you page what happens. Oh, cool. So it's an affiliate link to a paleo hack offer on ClickBank. Do me a favor and just put yes if you want me to give you the copy link to this funnel. Let's see. But how do we place them on a client's page? I don't know what you mean, Marvelous. Okay, cool. It looks like everybody wants this funnel. Now, do me a favor. Now, I need you to type no in the comment box if you don't have ClickFunnels currently. Yes, it would work for LuLaRoe as well. So if you don't have ClickFunnels and you want this funnel, you need ClickFunnels. So I will do this, though. I'm going to go in right now, and I'll grab the free trial link where you guys can check it out. If you want it, grab it, and I will share it if we get what I always do this, but if we get 10 people to sign up, I will give you guys, let me just go here, that funnel. I'll check back here in a couple minutes. Let's see. I know right now they're really big on, hold on, never paid affiliates for referring people to join ClickFunnels certified program until now. I don't want that. Oh, never mind. I was in the wrong section. The affiliate links. I'll give out that funnel. So let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Where's the free trial? Here we go. Get affiliate tools. Bingo. All right, I'm posting it in the box. I will check here in a couple of seconds to see if anybody how many people grabbed their funnel. If we get 10 people who have signed up for the trial today, I'm going to send you guys a link where you can download my actual funnel that I'm going to be sharing with you guys right here. So I'm going to go to settings, and I will share this funnel here in just a second. So there's my share link. So again, you know, all these things they give you to market, they're good. They're not what I would use. Nowhere would I use, you know, any of these ads because most people are already using these. And a 300 by 200 isn't going to work on Facebook anyways. You need a 1200 by 628. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint here, this little thing here, right? So as soon as they opt in, that's the real money, guys. That's the real money, and it all comes in from the actual email address. Now, on the thank you page, I'm going to be showing them how they can use this to make more money, right? Let's see. Kyle says, sign up, people. I want this funnel. Leslie, no problem, absolutely. And I'm happy to continue going over this with you guys. I build my own from scratch. Yeah, okay, that's cool. And so here's the thing. As you get better at this, guys, check this out. This is actually really cool. As you get better at ClickFunnels, I want to show you something awesome. They have a marketplace where you can make money, selling your funnels and actually selling squeeze pages alone, right? So I can go shop templates, and you could literally put a template up in here and sell it for $97 or $8 or whatever it is. Just make a really cool looking page and go from there. So we're going to be doing some cool stuff with this as well, where we actually give you guys funnels and let you guys do all that stuff too. So just something to keep in mind. But let's go here. All right. So now when I get their email address, now I start, and I put 1 dot for each day that I wait on this funnel before sending the next message. I always send them back to the thank you page for about 1 or 2 days. I have another page that I set up that also sells this same product here. So now, I have a little disconnect there because I don't want to continuously send people back to the same product, but I do really want to mail. I do really want to continuously mail the product to them because I know that they're interested, right? I've built the relationship. I've got them interested. I sent them to a page that said, hey, would you like to grab this free funnel? On the thank you page, guess what, guys? It only makes sense to say, hey, you need, right? You need ClickFunnels to use my squeeze page, right? I just gave you a squeeze page or a funnel or something that you cannot even use until you actually get ClickFunnels. And that right there is the key. One of the things that I would do in my targeting is I would originally exclude Russell's audience and ClickFunnels out of this audience. And the reason that I'm doing that is because most likely they already have it, or at least a good chunk of them already have this thing, so I don't need to do that. Now, if I wanted to target them for some other reason, maybe I wanted them to pay me for a funnel, right? Now that's still going into here. Now I can actually get them to pay me for a funnel. But right here, if they buy, oh, hold on, sorry. If they buy, I get money, right? And that's what we want to be able to do. That's our end goal, is to be able to figure out how we can promote it like this. Now, I can't tell you 100% exactly how you would do it on your end, but this is exactly how I would do it on mine. Okay, I would create content-rich advertising that I think gives people benefit. Because do me a favor, just put a yes or a no in the chat box if you believe that from what you've seen in ClickFunnels that it has value for people if they're looking to create websites and build their business, right? Like you don't have to feel bad about marketing this product because it does have value to people, and you can do whatever you want with it, right? You can make local business pages. You can make squeeze pages. You can make actual funnels. You can do webinar signups. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. So all you're doing is you're helping them, which is what helps your ad in the first place. Your ad might say, watch how I create a website in less than 60 seconds, right? Or, hey guys, I just got finished up testing out my brand new funnel. I'm over 40% opt-in and blah, blah, and I want to give that to you right now. So then you send them to an opt-in page, which is right here. And when they get to that page, it says, enter your email address right now for, whatever, right? Bingo. Now, when they opt in, they go over to the thank you page. Now, the most important part for you guys, and I say this because I know most of you will overlook it, and those of you that don't are really in for the best, the emails. That is 100% the most important part, because guess what? As soon as you turn traffic off and you're no longer generating traffic through ads, right? Let's say we turn this traffic off and now this traffic is no longer coming. Now our squeeze page no longer gets anything. However, we now have a nice fat list of people who like affiliate marketing, right? We've got our nice healthy email list here, and all of these people like affiliate marketing, and I might send them an email to a different product, right? So I'll say product 1. Maybe 2 days later, I send them to a different product, product 2. Because here's the great thing. Let's say you have 10,000 people on your list, right? 10,000 people. Of those, maybe 20 buy this product, right? 20 buy here, right? And let's say this product is a video product, right? Okay, here's one of the things that I think a lot of people end up forgetting about and not understanding. If you have a list of 10,000 people and 20 of them buy this video product, and then 3 days later you're promoting something else, let's say you're promoting, whatever this product could be, maybe let's just say you're back to ClickFunnels, right? Let's just use ClickFunnels as an example. You're promoting ClickFunnels. If you're doing it the right way, nobody's going to be unhappy about it because there's 10,000 people over here. Maybe not all 10,000 of them needed the video product, but they need ClickFunnels, right? Maybe they already have the video product. They're on your list for a specific reason, and that is because they want to hear how you're using stuff. So one of the best things that I always tell people to do is, number one, whenever you buy something, I always buy something and then show people how to use it if I get value out of it. And if I don't get value out of it, I stop paying for that thing, especially when it's a monthly subscription. So if I buy something and you guys tell me a product that you guys have purchased lately that's not Chatmatic or Interoptin. What's a product that you guys have purchased lately that's not one of those two things, or ClickFunnels? And let me just check here. We'll see. I'm going to copy this link. We'll see how many people joined today. Somebody said PCN. I don't know what that means. I don't even know how to check. I don't think that it doesn't show anybody signed up. Hold on. Yeah, I have no idea. Somebody bought Expert Secrets books. Otherwise, I have no idea how to check. Okay, well, that's all good. Let me just grab this. All right, so I don't think anybody did, which is fine. That's all good. Okay, we've got a lot. Ange, BuzzSumo, don't pay for BuzzSumo. Talk to me. I have Wealthery Spy. It's half the price, and it does more that you'd want, right? So we've got a lot here. We got Market Hero, Pixelbay, Vico, Convertory, InstaSuite, BuzzSumo, Zero Up Viral, InstaSuite, Push Connect Notify, Let Sociify, Lead Sensations, Up Viral, Click Perfect, Push Connect. Okay, cool. So here's exactly what I would do, right? This is the way that I think about it. If I bought any of those products, I would instantly use it. Oh man, this is exactly what I would do. Okay, just real quick, I'm going to do this and then we'll wrap up for today. Right? So let's say you buy this new cool product, right? Whatever it is. Use it, and now I'm going to put a review video on YouTube. Okay? Now, I don't really know as much about YouTube's organic rankings. However, I do know that if I'm one of 100 people, there's a really good chance I might be able to get some traffic. In my YouTube video, I'm going to have a link to purchase, right? The link, this is going to be a demo video, a demo of the actual product that I just used, regardless of whatever it is. Guys, I'm telling you, every single one of you guys can do this. Every one of you. Jeff, hold on one second. This is I'm going to post in the comment box here, wealthery.com/academy trial. Okay, so you guys can check out, that's where the Academy trial is. But so I would do a YouTube video, and now I can repurpose this YouTube video as well. Now I'm also going to make a squeeze page that has this video on it, okay? And I'm going to send as much traffic as I can to that squeeze page using Facebook ads, right? So I might have an ad here promoting this. All the while, again, this is a squeeze page. Well, technically, the video would actually be maybe on a thank you page because you're actually giving them the full demo. Maybe you put the video over here. But the squeeze page should be offering them something, right? Like, hey, you know, discover this tool that is blank, right? Pretty cool. And so that's what I would do. Make a demo of all the products that you buy, and you should be able to recover your investment pretty quickly if you do that kind of thing. That's how I would go about it. And again, all of this leads to building your email marketing list, and that, I promise you guys, that is how you're going to survive. If you have an email marketing list of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people, that's how you're going to survive. And the number one thing that I would recommend is figure out how you can market products to people where they'll sign up for, you know, a name and email address to be able to subscribe to get something, or, you know, obviously use the Chatmatic button or whatever. But this email address, man, it never goes away. That's the number one key to being able to generate all this, the majority of the revenue that you're going to see. Betty, you're the last person who needs help with messenger messages on autoresponders. You're a writer. You're the last person who's going to get any help from any of us on autoresponders. Don't overthink it. That's the last thing I'll kind of advise you is just send them back, send them back, send them back until they go. Like, use common sense. 2 or 3 days. Auto-respond them to the product again. Hey, just wanted to let you know, hey, there's a last chance here. Jolene, the asset library, I believe, is just when you go to audiences, it'll redirect you to the asset library. Will there come a time when we can use Chatmatic on Facebook ads that are not published posts? Cynthia, yeah, you can actually use it on all posts. Like, I don't know what you mean by not published posts, but you mean like an ad that's like a dark ad. As long as you have a default trigger on, it will trigger on dark posts as well. It's just that it's going to trigger on any comment that you don't otherwise have another post on. So you don't suggest to your email list every day when you're just creating the relationship. Esteban, I mean, I personally don't mail my list enough, but I do think that mailing every day is not a problem. I have an ad that is performing really well with thousands of video views and hundreds of shares, but I created it in Power Editor, so I can't implement a Chatmatic trigger. Yeah, Cynthia, you absolutely can. Put a default trigger on it, and it'll start firing right away. I made a rule of 4 checklists that you can share. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So, guys, do me a favor. Just put me in the chat box if you want. It looks like Betty here, who is also our head of support, said, I made a rule of 4 checklists. So what I talked about in the beginning, she actually made for you guys. Do me a favor and type me if you're interested in having that, and I'll make sure that I post it. Can you do a post trigger and then hide the post from the timeline? Yes, Bart, that's what I do. I create a post on my public timeline, create a trigger, and then hide the post. Okay, cool. So lots of people saying me. Guys, I will definitely have it next week. Do me a huge favor. Now I'm going to whoa, can we organize a live on using Interoptin for furniture niche? Maybe. I don't know as much about it, but I can figure it out. New trials under recurring. Trials will not show as income until the trial's over. Under recurring, let me see. Because I wanted to share this with you guys, but let me just see what happened here. It took me to the wrong page. Okay, let's figure this out. Even I'm not that tech savvy, it looks like. Let's see where it says recurring. Break down by funnel commission details. I don't want that.
No.
I see free offer. Yeah, no, I don't see any change there. I see the one sale today for the book, and that's it. The rest of these are just things that have been billed. Okay, so yeah, new trials 0. So with no trials, no funnels for you guys. That's all right though. So Eduardo, yes, ClickFunnels does help you collect email addresses. Let's see. Okay, yep, no problem, no problem. All right, guys, so do me a favor. Here we go, and I'm going to be giving away our obviously end of webinar cash bonus. You can go to facebook.com/Travis Income, and the very first post that you see is going to be a video of me. If you guys share, like, and comment on that post, I'm going to be choosing one of you who does all 3 and sending you guys your cash winnings for the day. Now, real quick, I just wanted to pull this. Cool. So I'm going to be also giving you guys this Rule of 4 document. I'm going to be giving it to you, though, next week, not this week. So you got to come back. This is pretty cool, actually. It's like a little checklist. Nice job, Betty. Everybody say thanks to Betty, because when you guys want to grab this, this is pretty cool. You can just clone it and create different audiences here. It's pretty nice. All right, everybody saying thanks. Da-da-da-da. Derek, right now I'm not selling anything. Cool. Okay, and then lastly, guys, remember wealthery.com/academy trial is where you can get access to all of our replays. So that's an important thing. We're going to be doing that. I only do it, obviously, only get the replays to all my Academy members. That Academy allows us to continue to do these webinars, right? So super excited. You guys obviously realize we pack almost 2 hours worth of education in almost every single one of these events. So it's, you know, it's starting to turn into something really, really cool, which is great. I tried along in the chat, man. I get it. Okay, so Melissa, email here, because that sounds like something we should be able to fix for you really quick. So I just sent you an email you can send us a response at. So let me just go ahead and hop in here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so we've got a couple more seconds here before I go ahead and post this, but it looks like there's only 17 shares. I know you guys want it more than that. Again, today's cash is $220. So we're going to be giving away $220 to anybody who likes, comments, and shows up as a share here. So you've got to actually share it to your fan page. You can't click it and then exit out. You've got to actually share it. Let's see. Okay, cool. Oh, boy. All right. Cool. All right, so it's starting to climb here. Looks like once people know how much money they're going to make, they actually start doing it. It's this post here, which is like a video. It says time, not money, is the key to wealth. That's the very first post that you guys want to make sure that you share. Let's see. Artsy Chick. I don't know what your actual name is, but that's a cool alter ego. Again, you can check out all of the replays. This replay will be up within about 24 to 48 hours in the Academy. There is a 7-day free trial, so you guys can grab it, and you'll be able to watch this webinar if you want. The replay. Let's see, done, like, comment, and shared. Awesome. What is the cost? Thomas, the cost is actually super cheap, $49.95 a month after the 7-day trial, and it's going to be included with a whole bunch of other training. So I'm actually going to be adding to that pretty consistently, which is going to be fun. Let's see, go ahead and refresh this bad boy. All right, now we're at 41. Now we're getting somewhere, guys. You guys are starting to get it. I like that. Cool. So we're going to do a couple of, let's see. Awesome. Kenneth, man, welcome. I appreciate it. Those of you guys who are joining the Academy, we've got some pretty special stuff coming for the Academy as well. Don't forget, the Academy is going to get this full list of ad retargeting. We're going to be adding this into our group very soon, so you can actually see exactly what you're going to be able to do inside of Facebook, all this stuff that you can already do in Facebook. You'll be able to see all the different demographics and targeting options and stuff. So the Academy is going to be my all-inclusive, everybody benefits program where I cover everything, whether it's ClickFunnels, whether it's ads, whether it's e-commerce, all that. So I'm excited about it. It's a program that I've always had kind of in the back of my mind, but now we're actually going to be able to focus on it. So going to be good stuff. And also, lastly, guys, how many of you, just give me a yes or a no, if you saw my update today on my Facebook page about the new upgrades to Chatmatic? Diana, no problem. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to try to help everybody figure it out. Kyle, I'm pumped, man. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Let's say I want to give you the Academy trial after that to cancel subscription and in the future be a member again. Hedge, and I don't know if that's your real name or not. We tend to not allow that because it's difficult for us to. We have to ban people who obviously aren't, who are refunding and doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, make sure you guys go check that out. It's a pretty cool one. It's on my fan page, Travis Income on Facebook. Let's see. Can we use your case study for potential clients as an agency? Marvelous. You might. I mean, yes and no. As long as you understand how it's done and you know that you can replicate it for yourself, I don't mind. Cool. Mastermind will definitely be a big winner. Silati, I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Awesome. If any of you guys in Vegas, I'll be in Vegas this weekend. If any of you guys are in Vegas, I'm actually heading out. Let's see. Yours it does, Kenneth. It does. It's also very, very cool. Okay, great. Now we're gonna go ahead and refresh the thing here. So I'm just gonna not show my screen because every single time I go back and forth from Facebook to GoToWebinar, it always craps out of me. So hold on one second. I always go through. I'm just gonna scroll around. Let's see. Yep, everything freezes. Stupid GoToWebinar just froze. Hold on. Questions. Earl, I appreciate you, man. And if any of you guys, Earl just said, I really thank you for what you do, guys. Please feel free to share any of my content. Make sure that you guys are following my actual fan page. Go onto the fan page, scroll to the top, and click the following tab, and you can click all posts so you get notified of everything. All right, so let's see. Got some good comments rolling in. Awesome. Everybody said thanks for the training. I appreciate it. Awesome deal. Cool. All right. So here we go. Where are we at? I have to look at all of this, right? I have to look at the comments and the shares. Hold on one second. We're getting there. I mostly end up basing it off the shares, but we are actually creating a software that's going to allow us to track all of this stuff, which is going to be pretty cool. I understood everything. Awesome. I know what I'm doing. Looking forward to seeing the results. You explain you want us to succeed. Yes, I do. Artsy watched the Chatmatic webinar. That's great. Now you got to get Chatmatic. Went to Dropboxing. Got it. Let's see. Thanks. Looking for Chatmatic update post. Michael, it should be a live video, so you can just check for a live video. Okay, so we are going to look for real people who are sharing. E-Mummy, thanks for the comment there. Just spent an hour with this guy. That's great. All right, continuing to go on. Sales ED solution, appreciate it. It never shows me all of them. It's not fair, but like literally my screen is like freezing at this point because it's trying to load a lot of information and I can't end up pulling all of it in. Hold on one second. We're close. I literally can't scroll through this right now. I think my internet is like crapping out. Hold on. Come on. It's like Facebook's trying to freeze. Seriously? You guys, like, look, you can see my screen here. I'm trying to scroll, and it won't let me. Okay, here we go. All right, and we've got... There it goes. I'm going to go with, I think this is Silati Siamanatafa. There's no way I said that right. Kenneth got the Chesty case study. Awesome for the comment. Appreciate it. Let's see. Yes, Silati, do me a favor and put your PayPal address in the chat box. Everybody say congrats to Silati. Thanks, guys, everybody, for being here. Again, make sure that you go check out my fan page. Make sure you like my fan page if you haven't already. I'll definitely be seeing you guys next week. Make sure you guys check out all of our groups and you grab your trial to the wealhery Academy. Silati, just going to wait until you send me that PayPal address. Awesome job on winning this week. I'm glad that you guys all enjoyed the training, so thank you, thank you. Clark, awesome on the trial, dude. Nice job. Okay, here we go. No, Sarati, not Damien Sarati. Silati already claimed her correct winning. BP, we're going to be giving out the funnel at some point. Don't worry about it. you'll definitely have it. How about those other demographic sheets? Those are Academy members. It's going to be added into the Academy soon. I'm going to be giving some little like downloads. So Salati, I'm going to actually reach out to you via my fan page just so that we don't have to let everybody else hang out here. But I'll reach out to you on my fan page and we can kind of take it from there. So thanks again, guys, for being here, and I'll talk to you soon.